Good morning. I'm stood here outside Worcester Park Baptist Church, and it's Friday the 25th of June 2021, and as you can see from the sign behind me, our new hub project should be complete in December later this year. Now, I thought you might like to see some of the construction work as it goes on site, so I'm going to take you round briefly. So let's go on to site. So here I am at the top of the steps on site, and I've put on my safety gear, which is absolutely essential when coming and visiting site. Now, we're very fortunate to have Brian Langley constructing our project for us, and they started back in early March, and I'll be taking you around the site shortly. But firstly, I want to introduce you to our site manager here, David Morris. So let me introduce you to David Morris, our site manager, who we're very fortunate that God has selected us for our project here. And David, I've got a few questions for you, and thank you for contributing this morning.
You're welcome.
But firstly, what is your role here?
My role is the site project manager, to oversee the whole project, to oversee the contractors, make sure that they do their safety rounds, all the method statements, check through their drawings, check through their orders, and go through all the drawings that are on site. Any variations, work closely with the client, the architect, and oversee mainly the project, which I do love.
So what do you really like about your job?
Since I was 15, which was only a few years ago, I've always loved building, and I'm very passionate. I do love my job. I love to build, I love to see people smile, and I like to build for people. It's just something that's always been in me. I do enjoy it.
So what makes a project worthwhile, and in particular this project?
This project, I think, is because it's a community project for a church. It's good. I can see how passionate the church is, and it's touched me actually, because I want it to become a nice hub and somewhere nice for the church to come to.
Now, this project has quite a few challenges, because it's not just a simple new build, is it? This is a new build and a refurbishment, repurposing of many of the spaces. So what do you see as the key challenges here?
The key challenge is Jonathan Hill.
Thank you.
No, I would say there is a few challenges. I think also to work with the church, because the church want to keep open, so we've had to keep them informed and keep that going. Apart from that, there's some design details, because I know how passionate yourself is. I just want to get every line and every detail right. So there has been a few challenges, but not greatly. Unfortunately, this year it seems to be the weather. And obviously the COVID, we seem to be having quite a few problems with suppliers and such like, but that seems to be the challenge more than the actual project itself.
Well, thank you, David, and I'm sure you're going to show us round to see some of the work as it's progressing at the moment.
Yeah, gladly.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So here we are, just looking at the site. You can see all of the foundations are now in, and you'll also see here that the large opening to accommodate the new stained glass window on the ground floor to the prayer room, and the new window to the upper room have been cut, and you can see it's substantially wider than it used to be. The canopy's gone, and that will make a big difference to the light and the impact that the building has to the avenue. So as you can see here, the whole wall, which used to be the outside wall to the toilets and Karis's room and the general office, have all been removed, and the roof has been propped, and the whole side wall to the main hall has also been removed, and all the windows, and the trusses have been supported, which hold the roof up, and the new structural frame will be supported on those foundations, and a very large beam will go in to support the existing roof trusses. And that new steel frame is due to be delivered in mid-July.
So we've got the fittings that are now finished. On top of that, we'll actually have the steel work will go in. There's a new truss that comes in. It's been quite a complicated design. Off of that, we'll have all the steel members drop down. Once those are in, we've got the dwarf walls and the main walls come round, and then we have a block and beam floor that goes through. And then hidden within that, we have the insulation, underfloor heating, various elements that you'll never see again, but will be laid in the foundation area.
The foundation you see here is the line of the edge of the hub. And there's the existing hall, which will have the sliding folding partition in it. And so that will be the line of the hub. And the foundation here will be the outside wall, which will form the new meeting room and the general office. So the area you're looking at here is the former vestibule to the main hall, the main entrance into the church, and will become the new prayer room. And the ply sheeting that you see here that David is standing by is going to accommodate the new stained glass window.
So the purpose of this scaffold is two reasons. One, so we can gain access to the roof area, which we will be opening up the beautiful new skylight. And it also holds up where we've taken this wall down. If you pan over, you'll see there's quite a few struts in this area, and there's support, and that enabled us to actually take the church wall out. So it has quite a big focus point and holds it all together.
So the areas of red there are the existing trusses that hold up the roof, and new unterrible felt has been put in on this side because it's extremely old. And the phase 2 work that we had undertaken a couple of years ago has all been thoroughly protected with the thing that you see along this side. So the area you're looking at here is the former kitchen, and a new opening has been formed at the back, and the window has been blocked up, as you can see there. And this will be the back of the hub, and the area that you're now looking at becomes the new toilets. And you can see all the drainage is now currently starting to be laid, and they've had to cut up a lot of the existing floor in order to bring this in to a new manhole.
So one of the questions you asked earlier was what was this challenge on the job apart from yourself? This was the drainage. I know that I actually personally don't like to see manholes in the lino and the walkways, and I know Jonathan the same. So we redesigned it, spent quite a bit of time going through, taking out various manholes, reconfiguring the pipework, and we've actually managed to repair and reuse one of your old pipeworks, which was in phase 2. So that now means that we can reconfigure. We've lost quite a few manholes, which actually tidies the building up.
So there's the former cleaner's cupboard, if you remember that, and we've just asked the drilling to stop for a few minutes, so you're having a break whilst they're cutting a new drain, because we have the new toilets with showers going in that location. Now I'm sure you don't recognise this, do you? I'm now stood in what would have been Caris's office. And as you can see, all the walls have been removed to the old toilets, the male and the female toilets. You can see where the walls were located in the screed there. And the new kitchen is going to be constructed in this area. I thought you might just like to see the view of the main hall from the front of the main hall. If I just walk up onto the dais, you'll get a view of the new hub, and you can see where the edge of the new hub will come with that foundation. So at the back of the hall, you can see here we've got the new AV alcove where all their equipment can be stored out of the way of the main hall, and David and his team have cut through what is quite a thick wall to form that space. I just thought I'd bring you into the upper room, because not many people in the church actually ever came into this room. But this is going to be a room which is going to be used far more in the future, I have no doubt. And As you can see here, not all of this is going to be window. The windows did go up to there, but we're actually putting in new windows in which are lower level. They're going to be more sort of this height down to the floor. And if we just pan round this room, you'll see this is quite a nice, well-lit space. We've blocked up what was the balcony looking into the main hall, and the whole of this room is going to be designed and decorated and finished by Dan, leading with the Unite group. So I'm really looking forward to developing proposals with them and seeing how excited they are about being involved in this project. And we really do want to give thanks to them for volunteering to complete the room, which is not part of the contract. Now, as you know, the Unity Hall is being used by the carers and toddlers every week now. And as you can see, the new door opening, which will link to the hub, has been formed, and the whole of that corner has been replastered. Well, here we have Gavin. He happens to be working in his study today, so he's offered to say a few words about what it's like working on a building site.
Thank you. It's okay, no problem really, apart from sometimes you can hear the Kango hammers, pneumatic drills and so on just next door. In fact, it feels like it's happening in this room sometimes. But no problem really. Builders are all, really easy to work with. Great bunch. So yeah, no problem. It's okay.
I very much hope that you've enjoyed today's visit to site to see the progress that is being made, and also the short interview with David Morris. I will bring you further updates as construction progresses. I know the whole church are looking forward to the completion of the Hub project and the opportunity that it will bring to share God's love with the community in which we live.